I'm not a lawyer, but after a weeks-long break, the YSL trial was back today for day 19, and Tick was still on the stand. Let me give you a recap on what happened. The day started out with the judge setting a February 2nd date for the hearing on if live streams and video recordings will continue to be allowed during the trial. And then Brian Steele continued his cross-examination of Tick, which included a video of Lebron James and Snoop.
And who is that person?
LeBron James.
Did you see him, rather, do something with his hand that's similar to what is depicted in Mr. Williams 15?
Wiped it across his nose.
And the exhibits and evidence of Mr. Williams wiping his nose, was that an overt act in count one?
Yes.
Did you hear what Mr. James said as he wiped his nose and he was going around?
Slime.
Have you been asked by the prosecution about the use of the word slime?
Yes.
Is there something sinister to you with the use of the word slime?
No.
The wiping of the nose, is that anything sinister that signifies some sort of gang on Cleveland Avenue?
No, we only did that for, like, we was smoking weed, and that's to say your weed loud. We put our finger on our nose.
Well, who is Snoop Dogg? Tell the ladies and gentlemen, jury, if you know.
Entertainer?
Performed at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
During that performance, did Snoop Dogg, did you notice, display a hand gesture similar to yours, showing a C or a Crip gang sign?
Phil Snoop Dogg, 9 times 10 he did.
Okay.
There was also this very awkward moment between Brian Steele and the judge regarding the Snoop video. The state had objected to the video, and the judge was saying to Brian Steele that he wished that all of this was addressed prior to court starting for the day.
This would have been nice for you to do before we got in here this morning, Mr. Steele. So please, in the future, don't do this to all of us, okay? Okay? Sir, I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is not professional.
Brian Steele also asked Tick what Thug stands for.
You already identified Jeffrey as a performer. What's his performer's name?
Young Thug.
What, if anything, Thug stands for?
Truly humble on the God.
And then the other attorneys got to do their cross-examination of Tick. First up was Max Shart, who represents Shannon Stillwell.
When you were selling drugs, would you describe it as large amounts or more smaller hand-to-hand transactions?
Oh, mine?
Yes.
Nickel and dime.
Why did you sell drugs?
I was too lazy to get a job.
Did selling drugs give you money to provide for yourself?
Yes.
And what about your family?
It was no life-changing money, but yeah.
Is it fair to say it was a way to get by?
I didn't even reach that point to get by yet, but it was.
Did you have any agreement with any of these gentlemen in the courtroom to split money or share proceeds from selling your drugs?
No.
Who got the money from you selling your drugs?
Me?
Was it your own individual decision?
Yes.
Did anyone put you up to it?
No.
Did you sell drugs to increase the notoriety of YSL?
Yes, I did.
Do you know what I mean by notoriety?
I said, it made me look good and it made it look like I was getting money. I said I was though.
Did it give you a sense of you're doing something? People could see that you're doing something?
Yes.
People could see that you were making money even if it was illegal money?
Yes.
Is that what you mean by notoriety? It was giving you notoriety as
That's
someone
exactly what I meant. But you knew I meant that though.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to make it clear. All right. I want to just talk to you about a couple more specific cases. In that case, who was in the car with you?
A female and Shannon.
Okay, and that female, was that your girlfriend?
No, female.
Okay. Was she related? Was she affiliated with you or Shannon?
Yeah, she was affiliated with me.
With you, okay. And you pled to the drugs in this case?
Yes.
Did Shannon have any ownership of those drugs in any way?
No.
And then there was Miss D. Williams, who represents Rodalius Ryan.
Okay, so on January 4th, you said that you didn't know Mr. Ryan, right?
So I ain't knowing that well.
Okay, so you never hung out with him in the neighborhood?
No,
You never called him?
no,
You never DM'd him?
no,
You don't know him personally?
no.
I have no further questions, thank you.
Followed by Mr. Matthews, who represents Marquavius Huey.
In paragraph 14 of factual acknowledgments, it states that defendant cannot truthfully assert that anyone charged in this indictment is not guilty of the crimes as alleged in this indictment, will not claim that anyone on this indictment is not guilty of the crimes as charged in this indictment.
I can't say nobody guilty or not guilty.
You can't come into this courtroom, Mr. Stevens, and you're not allowed, you're prevented from saying that anyone who's charged is not guilty, correct?
Yeah,
That paragraph says that you cannot truthfully say it, even if you wanted to say it, correct?
yeah.
And then Mr. Weinstein, who represents Yak Gotti.
Your plea deal doesn't mention Mr. Kendrick's name at all, correct?
Yeah.
When you were selling drugs at 221 Cleveland, was Mr. Kendrick there selling drugs with you?
No.
Did you see Mr. Kendrick at the Web?
No.
Are you aware of Mr. Kendrick being at the Web?
I don't recall, no.
Okay, I have no further questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
So once they all get through their cross-examination, Attorney Love gets up to do some redirect.
Are there Crips that are members of YSL?
Yeah.
Is Gunna a Crip?
Yeah.
Is Duke a Crip?
Yeah.
What about Gunna? Is he a member of Young Limelight?
Yeah.
You talked about the acronym THUG, truly humble under God. How many of the defendant Williams songs talk about slime,
A number,
guns?
a lot of them.
How many talk about drugs?
A lot of them.
Name one that talks about perks. Pushing P?
I don't recall.
How many talk about the defendant Williams being truly humble under God?
A number of them.
Which one?
You gotta
Name one.
You gotta pay attention.
Just name one.
You like giving me like rapidly time to think, but if you give me some time, I can think of one.
How much time do you need?
You gonna let me go replay some music?
I'm gonna let you just sit there and think.
A number of songs on the last album, Pump. I ain't with the song name. Oh, Dropping Jewels. So in the beginning, he said, show me why I'm living, why am I remaining here? I know he wasn't talking about nobody else but God.
Did he say the word God?
You right. I knew what he was referring to because can't nobody else show you why you living.
So you cannot right now?
No.
Would you describe what was inside the web?
TVs, computers, speakers, sofas, beds. I can't have company where I stay at, so whenever I had a friend or something, I go to the web.
So did you have to pay anyone to stay at the web when you did stay at the web?
We was going in on the rent.
And so who were you giving rent to?
Elder lady who got the house for us.
What's her name?
And I don't know.
You just gave her your name?
Yeah.
So that was pretty much the day. So the judge sent the jurors home and said they'll be back tomorrow.